Hello and welcome to this tutorial. We are continuing the series of Spark plus PySpark. Today we are going to discuss Spark architecture in detail. So this is the diagram where you can see the Spark architecture. We have driver node, we have worker nodes, and we have one cluster manager. Cluster manager is a person who will manage everything, like he will be responsible for managing the nodes, and if any nodes get failed, he will assign particular node task to another node. Let's deep dive into it. Spark works on master slave architecture. Driver acts as master while worker acts as slave. Before going deep dive in architecture, let's understand the internal working of driver and executor. Internal things about worker node. Let's understand some basic terminologies in detail. So you can see this is the worker node, virtual machine. So node is something we can say virtual machine, computer or node. Inside this worker node, we have multiple executors. So always keep in mind, if there is a worker node, inside that worker node there can be multiple executors. So executors will be responsible for executing that particular task. So we have an operating system. So in above diagram as shown, worker node, virtual machine or computer that will contain some operating system, some cores and some memory. Executors will execute task, and each executor will have on heap memory, off heap memory, memory plus core, and Java virtual machine. So you can see here inside executor we have JVM, we have core plus memory, we have off heap memory. Executor memory that lies inside Java virtual machine known as on heap memory, while that lies outside Java virtual machine is known as off heap memory. So the memory which lies inside this box, we are saying that as on heap memory, and the memory that lies outside this executor inside worker node is known as off heap memory. Here on heap memory will be handled by Java virtual machine, while off heap memory will be handled by operating system. So you can see here we have operating system and we have executor. Inside executor we have JVM. So the memory which is present inside this executor box will be handled by Java virtual machine, and the memory which is outside the executor inside the worker node off heap memory, this will be handled by this operating system. So this is how you can say a node will contain some Java virtual machine, some off heap memory, some on heap memory, some operating system. So you can say simply like a system which is going to execute and perform some task. Whenever we submit any Spark job, Spark application will divide the entire application into sub-jobs. Again, these sub-jobs will be divided into stages, and these stages will be divided into tasks. So this is how one Spark application works. We have submitted one application, this will be divided into jobs, and these jobs will be subdivided into further sub-jobs, and these sub-jobs will be further divided into task. We will understand like how these things will work internally and how these things will get executed. For now, just understand like how this worker node and how this executor node looks like, and what it contains, and how these like Spark job is going to execute. Now let's come to the architecture of Spark. So we have driver node, we have worker node, we have worker node, we have cluster manager, and inside that driver node we have something known as Spark context. Whenever a user submits a Spark application, then Spark will launch a driver inside the cluster on any of the one node. So there will be one cluster, and inside that cluster there will be many nodes. So Spark will launch a node as a driver. So this is the driver. So driver is nothing but it is also a node inside a cluster. Then immediately driver will create a Spark context on Spark session on a separate Java virtual machine. So Spark launched a driver node, and immediately driver will create a Spark context on a separate Java virtual machine. So inside node it will create a Spark context. Once this Spark context is created, it will communicate to the cluster manager. So this Spark context is going to communicate with whom? This cluster manager, and try to acquire the required resources or executors from the resource manager. So you can say, like, once this Spark context is getting created, so it will communicate with cluster manager, and it will communicate with cluster manager to get the required resources and executors to perform the task. And also these executors will be registered with driver. So these are some executors inside the worker node, and these executors will be registered on driver node. So meanwhile, in the process, when executors are going to register on driver node, and at that time what driver will do, driver will convert the user code to a logical DAG and then task. So I told you earlier, like, Spark job is there, and these jobs will be divided into tasks. So what this driver will do, driver will take the user code and it will divide that user code into DAG and task. So task is somehow multiple tasks would be there. Spark context sends all the task to executors. So what this Spark context will do, it will send all the task to executors. Okay, now task has been sent to executors. Driver will distribute and schedule task for execution on executors. So driver, once we send all the task to the executors, now driver will distribute and schedule these tasks for the execution on executors. So driver will, what it will do, driver will schedule these tasks to the executor for the execution. In the final step, the driver will keep the track of all executors running status and get results from them. So this is very important line. Like, there might be scenario where interview might ask you, like, what is the use of driver node and what is the use of executor node. If I tell you in nutshell, I can say executor would be a person who is going to execute all the tasks, but driver is a person who is going to keep track of all the executors. He will distribute the task. So driver will keep the track of all executors running status and get results from them. After successful completion of all tasks, executors will get unregistered with driver. Workers are physical machines and multiple executors can run on same worker. As I told you earlier, there would be one worker, and inside worker there can be multiple executors which are going to execute our task. Each executor can have multiple cores to run task in parallel. I hope this complete Spark architecture is clear now. Thank you so much. Bye bye.